I was attracted to Renue initially because I was in search of a comprehensive program to attack my health issues. And I found it difficult back in the United States to get one voice that would be an advocate for me, that would target my health improvement and work on my behalf. I had a series of different doctors that didn't seem to be coordinating their efforts in diagnosing what was happening with me, and certainly absent a diagnosis, couldn't put together any sort of a plan to get me better. So I reached out to some friends of mine on the Champions Tour and the PGA Champions Golf Tour, specifically Fred Funk and Brant Job, and asked them about their experiences with stem cell therapy. And they couldn't have been more complimentary of their experiences here with Renue, in that they basically had potentially career-ending conditions that they came here to resolve through stem cell therapy, and it in fact extended their career, and they were able to get relief. In my case, I've got significant fatigue, weariness, and a heaviness throughout my shoulder, my neck, and my hip areas, and general inflammation throughout my body. Everything hurts. My knees, my fingers, my hips, everything hurts. And I was hopeful here that I would get an advocate for me, somebody that would fight for me, and somebody that could coordinate the multiple disciplines in the medical profession to line up and coordinate the people that I needed, so that in quick succession I could get MRIs, X-rays, follow-up testing, blood work, all at basically one-stop shopping. And ultimately, of course, get the stem cell injections. And so that's why I came here, was based on a real sense of desperation and some great insight from Fred Funk and from Brant Job. And Scotty McCarron and his wife also had great things to say about Renue. What I found here, which was a little surprising to me, not only did I get the consistent advocacy on my behalf that I was searching for, but it was delivered in such compassionate terms, specifically with Dr. Chavez, Cesar, and with Natalie. They've been with me through every step of this journey over the last 10 days. Natalie accompanied me on many of my sensitive procedures, 3 of which involved being sedated. And every case when I was sedated, either Cesar or Natalie were with me, holding my hand as I went to sleep and holding my hand when I woke back up. The quality of the compassion and the care that they extend, and the real commitment to trying to solve the problem and help me get better, is off the charts, phenomenal. So the personal touch, I didn't expect it to be quite as good as it has been, and it's been phenomenal. And sort of the other observation here is that the doctors were able to pivot several times in my analysis and treatment over the last 10 days. Based on the first day of blood work, they found a couple things they wanted to do more homework on, and they were able to pivot my itinerary and move me to the front of the line with other specialists in terms, again, of MRIs and X-rays and follow-up blood work and treatments. And so it felt like there was a master puppeteer that could coordinate, maneuver, facilitate, and at every point they compassionately spoke on my behalf and got me to the front of the line. And I'm thrilled to say that I took to the stem cell injections fine. I had a few hours Friday night after the stem cell injections where I was in a little bit of pain. But I got a nap in and woke up Friday night, felt pretty good, felt fine Saturday, and Sunday even better. And today is Monday, and I'm walking pain-free for the first time in 3 years. I don't think the stem cells have kicked in that quickly. I think it's probably a combination of all the therapy that I received in the last 10 days here. with hyperbaric chamber and some IV drips and some mineral supplements and some other things. But I feel significantly better. I feel like they have flushed out a fair amount of the inflammation throughout my body. And certainly we targeted my neck and lower back with the stem cell injections on Friday. We'll see over the next 3 to 6 months and maybe beyond that, just how well I respond to that. I'm optimistic about that. Secondly, they found some inflammation in my brain. They thought perhaps it was a blood clot. They ruled that out, thankfully. But some inflammation in my brain that may contribute to these other symptoms that I feel of heaviness, fatigue, weariness, muscle fatigue, again in my neck and in my hip areas. So I'm optimistic that they have found the problems and that we have a program to attack them. All in all, my trip here has exceeded my expectations in terms of their ability to pivot, to develop a protocol and a plan to get me from point A to B to C to D all the way through the process. And again, ultimately the quality of care, the individual attention and compassion have been outstanding.